Okay, so if you guys are good seeing my screen, so let's go ahead and talk about what can we expect about GNUS, right? So we already know about this whole uptrend channel, correct? Now we all know that it has broken, okay, the channel, and usually when you break the channel, whether it's up, okay, when it goes up and it comes down, it tests your support, right? And technically it maintains itself outside of it, okay? And in this case, we already know what everything happened, and obviously we got in, we tried to maintain within that, but now we are trading below the channel, and right now, technically that line that I drew long time ago, it has become a resistance. You see it? Every single time they're trying to touch it, but it gets rejected and it comes back. They try to touch it, maintain, but it comes back. So that right there is not the best. So when you are, okay, let me get paint. When you are in a graph, okay, the life of a stock normally, okay, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, then it goes sideways, and then after it goes sideways, it has two options: one to go up, or go down. Okay, so the reason why I mentioned this is because now that you guys are seeing a naked chart with no indicators, now you guys are going to see indicators. All right. First, we got the stochastic. It's oversold. And then the MACD has been bearish, cross bearish here. So anyways, the MACD, it's fine because usually does this and then it starts curling back up. And that's the time, the perfect time for you guys to buy, usually when you are at this stage, okay? Anyways, not just for you, for me too. But anyways, so over here, all right, when we crossed the channel, is this guy right here, right? We crossed it right here. Then we came down to the 100 moving average, and you got people here ready to buy, right? They put the buy orders right here and they push the price up here. And that's the reason we traded here, because that's where the next level of support is, because that's the way stocks works. They go level by levels by levels by levels, okay? So at this point, it had a good support here at the 100. It touched the remember the channel, the back of the channel, it touched it, it got rejected. Then today it was doing good in the morning. I thought we will probably, end up, if we would have end up somewhere even close to the channel, like 186, 180, I don't know, 187, that would have done a strategy. It's like for you to trade channels or anything, there are some strategies that happens. So you need a confirmation candle there, but this is definitely not a confirmation candle for that type of a strategy. So this right here is not telling me that it's going to go up. Okay, at least not yet. So at this point, technically it's telling me that it has a good chance tomorrow to come back down here to try to test the 173 and see what happens later. Okay. So going back to this right here that I told you guys going up, then it goes sideways, right? And then after going sideways, then it could go up again, or go down. Okay, I don't see really this path here. I see that if we happen to do this, which is called consolidation, we really have a better likelihood of this because of all the catalysts GNUS is bringing. So anyways, but again, I can't see the future, so don't hold me accountable for that. So anyways, so right now, if we were actually to go sideways, okay, it will actually try to come back down to this same side, which in this case is going to be the which one is this one? This is my 150. So it happens to be everything correlating. You see where the 150 is at, and it's this at the same. Let me go ahead and remove this so you guys see better. So I'm talking about these points right here, okay? So usually for a sideways stock, okay, you will need something like this. You need you need candles to come all the way down here, and now this becomes sideways. Okay, that's not bad, because if you guys have been buying here, yes, it's gonna suck that we're gonna come back down to maybe 157 or 158. Okay, that's fine. But if it goes sideways, usually a sideways stock, it goes up, comes down, it goes up again, kind of at the same area, and then it comes back down again. Okay, so technically, whoever bought at that time, they will be able to get out if you want to get out of the stock because you got tired, whatever it may be, or you actually try to average down there to make your average lower and then get out on the next one. So again, the problem that we have had, again, I'm a long term, so if I back hold, I don't care, because I'm long term. I'm gonna be here for years. But anyways, the problem that I see a lot, and a lot of people that are doing, is that they get to have, they want to buy more as they think that this is going to go back to 11. Okay, so that's an issue. Okay, and instead of buying at supports, they are buying like all over the place, and especially around this area, and that's an issue. Okay, so again, now that you're understanding, okay, you're understanding that you broke a channel, that you ideally, again, ideally will be that actually comes back down to here, all right, and then tries to go up. And obviously, whenever it tries to go up, it's going to encounter this resistance, not just the moving averages. Now that I load moving averages in here, okay, so let's say if it actually comes back down all the way to this line. Remember, I drew this line right here. Let me go ahead and make it more, let me make it more that you could see it. Where is my line? Can I make it more? Let me see if I can edit it. I can make it, oh, here. I'm going to make it more that you guys can see it. So if it actually is going to really break it and there is nothing for us to come back into the channel, for example, then at that point, I wouldn't mind it for it to come back down here, because at that point it's going to tell me that now the stock is going sideways. And with that being sideways, usually you reach a certain resistance. Okay, you reach kind of the same wave as it was before. Okay, however, as you travel through it, you're going to encounter a bunch of resistances in it. Okay, so if it actually comes down here, which is actually the green line, which is the 150 moving average, then at that point, once it touches the 100, that's a resistance. Once it touches the back of the channels, another resistance. Once it touches the 50s, another resistance. Once it touches the middle of the Bollinger, there's another resistance. And the last one, and it's going to be this resistance right here. So what I'm saying is that you have to watch it as it's coming up. GNUS has, at least, again, I love seeing patterns, and GNUS likes to go up by something called impulse pullback. Okay, so it's a strategy, and those are the ones that I've told you before. If it's you need to have a high candle, and the next ones are lower, and so on and so forth. That I explained it, I think by now twice, because GNUS did it right here, and he did it right here again. It's an impulse pulls back. Remember the impulse pulls back? That's how GNUS crawls. Okay, that's not crawls, but that's how GNUS climbs the mountain. Okay, GNUS does that. It did it here. It did it here also. If you go to the Facebooks, and you'll see that I talk about it right here, and it did do what I thought it was gonna do. And then here it did do the same thing too, right? Impulse pullback, and that's what it was doing. So anyways, when GNUS actually does that, GNUS does that with the MACD. At least I've noticed that. Again, is it a science? A scientific? No, it is not. All I'm saying is that anytime the MACD crosses bullish, that's what they do. Okay. And at that point it starts to travel up. Okay. So right here it happened, but this was mainly a pump and dump. I don't count it. Okay, I don't like this going up. But yes, right here, as soon as there was a cross, it started the whole impulse pull back up until it reached wherever it wanted to reach. So all I'm telling you is that if you're looking on loading up or doing whatever you're planning on doing, okay, I will not buy additionals, or to average down completely. Always when you try to average down, always try to be doubtful, right? Okay, I'm gonna buy. Don't go everything in, right? Oh, I have $10,000. Let me put it right now. No, you go little by little. Like, okay, let me get today 2000s. Let me see how it behaves. Okay, let me get another 2000. Let me get, and so on and so forth, right? Because you don't want to be without money by the time it actually drops to a bottom and then you can't even buy. So, anyways, I'm gonna buy way more, but it's once I see the MACD getting close to start turning bullish, which is whenever this histogram, okay, you see how it turns burgundy. And usually what I do is that I just give it out days, you know. I just, it's, that's why you sometimes you see me chatting saying, oh yeah, it's by so many days or whatever it is. It's because I'm counting this right here. So does it work perfectly every time? I mean, it doesn't, but it has been working with GNUS for the past few climbs. So anyways, so all I'm telling you right now, guys, is right now the channel, the back of the channel has become a resistance, as you guys are seeing it. It touches, it comes back, it touches, it comes back. So now we're gonna have to watch it and see if it doesn't, if it really gets rejected tomorrow and it touches here the 100 and there is nothing to do. We have a good likelihood. I'm not saying that it will be. Don't, again, all I can tell you are possibilities. What I've been doing with you guys is mapping out the way. Not that I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm just as blind as you guys, but I just know how to map things out. So I can only give you possibilities so you guys understand and stop FOMOing on buying or whatever maybe, unless you guys are really sure that you guys really believe in the company. Okay, so at this point, again, you have a good likelihood of it to come back down here to 155 or so, just to start going sideways. Okay, and at the moment that if that is the case, which is not a bad idea, is the fact that you are going to start doing this again. GNUS already did this. Okay, then it's going to start going like this. So right now we're at the top right here. It needs to come back down at the same level if that is the case, and then it tries to go up, crossing all the different moving averages and all these other stuff that indicators are there. So that usually, you know, it's not that it's going to go straight up. It doesn't work like that. It goes up and then it goes down and then it does this thing and it wants to do whatever, you know. That's how it normally travels, right? So anyways, but usually it likes to reach the previous, not necessarily all the big of a high, but I think at least somewhere close to the channel, the top of the channel, and then it will try to come back down again. Okay, up until there is something really juicy and good that it keeps going back on an uptrend. I can show you guys this, but I can show you on the bearish way. So for example, this stock here, as you see, I used to trade this stock. Okay, so let me go ahead and remove all this. Okay, so again, it goes up, 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 then it starts going sideways. In this one, it actually came down and it did a double bottom and then it started going up. Okay, but again, this one, the sideways was to go down after the sideways. But again, if the company is really good, it goes up, upward. However, this company is way too overvalued right here, and that's the reason it just kept going down instead of going up. If you have a company that is undervalued, then at that point, or speculative, if there's any type of speculation such as GNUS and NFTs and all this other stuff and blah blah blah, and the future and Marvel and blah blah blah, so most likely all of that waits on the path of GNUS. So I think it's going to wait to go up, but not necessarily go down. So do you guys have any questions on what you guys can see on GNUS? So again, I'm expecting it. If it keeps breaking it, this right here, it's for me, it's a good it's a it's a good indication that it will, you know, it is actually not allowing it to come back down. Okay, but for this to actually happen, I will definitely need is another candle down here. Obviously at that point there is nothing else to do there. So if I have something, a candle like opening like at 174 and it closes like at 169, it's obvious, right? There is nothing else to do, and it's breaking the support that is right there. And it's most likely, I will watch it and see what it does here. Meanwhile, okay, I'm gonna, that will give me time, or that will give the MACD time to start, doing what it needs to do, just like it did over here. And that's where all these big pumps started. Okay, so let's see what happens with Genus. But again, those are the likelihoods that I see it happening. But as of right now, that uptrend back in the channel, I don't see it. And as you see it, to me, it's pretty clear that it got rejected. Okay, as you guys see it, you guys know this line. I drew it from long, long, long time ago. And as you see, it came back to the line, and also now it can't pass that line. It cannot. So yeah. Okay. So any questions, guys, on Genius? All right. Let's see what else I wanted to share with you guys. Let me see. Now that's obviously obviously getting all the way down to here. And you see, this is my last support. If it actually breaks all this, then at that point, there's nothing holding us. Okay, there is no supports in here whatsoever. I can only see those type of things happening if we have like really bad news. I mean, that's what it will happen in my opinion. But again, after all, this is nothing but speculations. And as of right now, there is the good news coming, that Super Hurricane Garden is coming on April 23rd. So I'm assuming, if we're going to go all the way down to start coming sideways, then most likely that will help us out to the next travel up. And again, at that point, if you see or anyways, you guys will have me, and and others such as Dennis here too, that will tell you, okay, now we're going up or whatever it may be. So at that point, maybe if you guys want to actually try to average down and get out eventually, it's up to you guys, or or the ones that are going to stay long, whatever it is. But yeah, if all of this gets broken, then there's nothing else, to hold us. And the reason why that usually, if I say that, is because usually, as you see, all these lines, it looks messy, but all of those lines is where a lot of people has their money into it, most likely. Okay, that's why learning technical analysis kind of gives you an advantage, because you kind of know where to buy and where to sell. And if it breaks something, you sell immediately, because that's broken and there is nothing that's going to push it back. Why? Because everybody that knows technical analysis knows not to buy there, right? You never buy whenever it's falling back to a channel. You only buy at the supports. All right. But that's the thing, and that's pretty much it. So for the ones that are not here, and I'm watching the video, you guys can always join us in this free Discord. And we always welcome new people. And yep, and see you on the next one. Hopefully next time, we're back up to something. So anyways, I believe in the company, so I feel like, it's just a time of it's just be patient at this point. And in a few months, in my opinion, we should be a bit better shape. But again, as of right now, it's mainly about revenues and stuff like that for other type of people to get in, because all of this right here, all of this pushing up and down, it's mainly swing traders. Okay, so they go up and down, and this is the perfect chart for that, right? Up until you start getting, revenues that overpasses operational expenses and all this other good stuff that investors look at. Then at that point is where you will start having people that holds the shares instead of selling it as a swing trade. So as of right now, that's what's going to happen, this volatility. But again, the people you guys now understand. You guys understand the chart better. So in that way, you guys know that you can't buy here due to FOMO. You can't, the only places to buy are at support unless you buy, but you understand where you're going to sell and where you're going to take losses. All right. I hope this helped out. So if you guys have no questions, then see you in the next one. Bye, guys.